out there in Facebook land. This is Lynn Huber, and
hi, that's Richard.
We have Richard Huber, and we are here for our Sunday evening Learning with Lynn broadcast. And today we're going to talk about how to make career money with Avon. I know there's a lot of you that want this, and so let me hold on. Let me just move this out of the way, and I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna make it so that not that way. Let's try it this way. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you, and you can see me in the corner still. This is a blog post that I wrote about how to make career money with Avon. So what I want to talk about today is there's actually lots of ways. I mean, if you talk to the top people in the company, you're going to find that nobody does their business the same way. But I have some ideas here. I have made it big in this company. I walked away for a while, and now I'm working my way back up quickly. But these work. I know they work, and so let's get busy and talk about it. So if you're on live, be sure to let us know you're here. Check in, say hi. But so what we're going to do is we're going to go to my blog, which is onlinebeautybiz.com. Let me get to that. Welcome to my blog, Online Beauty Biz, and we're going to look at a post called How to Make Career Money with Avon. So this is the post that's about it. So when you very first get started, and you're starting from scratch, the very first thing that can be the most helpful to you in building your business is the Skin So Soft Daily Care Collection. It's a 7-piece set. It's valued at $65, and you get to offer it to your customers for only $19.99. So this is a great way to get started, and it's a great way to get you making money right away. So first off, let me click on this How to Use the Daily Care Collection flyer so that you can see some of the ideas. So in this Daily Care Collection flyer, you get 2 Skin So Soft Original Shower Gels. You get a Skin So Soft Original Bath Oil and a Bath Oil Spray, and you get a Skin So Soft Original Body Lotion. You get Moisture Therapy Intensive Hand Cream and the Moisture Therapy Healing and Repair Body Wash. And it's a great deal for $19.99. So here is the flyer. You can save this to your phone, or you can save it to your computer. Just right click on it and save image as, or you can download the PDF flyer by clicking here, and then send an email to everybody you know to let them know that you just started your Avon business, you're open for business, and you have this amazing offer that you get to offer just because you're brand new, that Avon's given it to you. Make copies, post on bulletin boards, put your information on here, your name and phone number and all that. And you can put it on bulletin boards at your local grocery store, church, and organizations. Even ask your local store owner if they'll let you put the flyer in their window. So keep copies on hand. Use this as an icebreaker when you're talking to someone about your business. And so also what I suggest is that you save this image to your phone and text this to everyone you know. And if you're a leadership rep already, you might want to save this in your phone so that you can text it to all your new people, and maybe with some suggestions on what to say with them. So you can say, I'm so excited to share with you that I've just started a new business with Avon. I'm working on a challenge to jumpstart my business by finding 7 people who want to take advantage of a great offer. It's a Skin So Soft bundle valued at $65 for just $19.99. How many would you like to order? Or you can just say, I'm so excited I just started my Avon business. As a new Avon beauty boss, I'm offering a daily care bundle for the entire family at just $19.99. It's a $65 value. How many would you like to order? This is huge. If you text this out with a picture of this flyer, you'd be surprised at how many you can get. And, you can also purchase it for yourself. In your first order, you're guaranteed 40%. So you can use these products for yourself, carry them around with you in a basket wherever you go so that you can demonstrate to people and show them what the products are like and how much they will get for just $19.99. People tend to purchase more when they see it in front of them. So going back to this, so let's look at how this works. If you were to sell 13 of these daily care collections at $19.99, you'll have brought in $259.87 in sales. And since you're in the Kickstart period, you'll earn 40%, which means you'd have $103.95 in earnings. Not bad, huh? I mean, just by, texting this out to everyone you know and taking orders, if you just get 13 of these orders, you'd make $103. Well, What if you're not excited about the Skin So Soft? I mean, some people aren't. So I mean, it's a bread and butter. I can't talk. It's a bread and butter product that's been around forever, since the early 60s, I think. And everybody knows what Skin So Soft is, which is why it's such a great way to promote your business. But let's just say you're brand new, or you're just not, that's just not your thing. You're not into the Skin So Soft. So pick another product. Just pick something from the brochure that excites you. One thing, what I do every single day, let me click over to this Online Beauty Biz. This is our Facebook group, Online Beauty Biz. Every day I post in here, this right here, snap and text. And the truth is, I'm not so creative. I wish I was, but this isn't me. I'm not so creative. This is Renee Hobley, who's a coach, an Avon coach. She posts this every day, and I steal it and share it with you. But basically, it says snap and text. All you have to do is save this picture and text it to anyone who would love the latest and greatest in beauty technology. So see what this picture looks like? She's created this for you, a new clinical unlimited lashes, lash and brow activating serum, and reply yes to secure your lash and brow serum at an introductory price of just $39.99 and receiving a new clinical eye lift pro for free. So can you imagine if you texted that out to 20 people and got, you know, even just 5 orders, even, I don't know, 6 or 7 orders. Let's say you got 8 orders at $39.99. That's, 8 times $39.99. That's $319.92. You would earn $127.97 from that. And it doesn't have to be this. I post a new one every day, so always look in our Online Beauty Biz and you'll see something like that. But also, whatever's on the front of the brochure, in this case, it is that unlimited lash, you know, the serum. But whatever's on the front of the brochure is something that's really good to show people, because that's what Avon figures is going to be the hottest thing that campaign. Or use your what's new. If you can see that, the what's new. What's in the what's new is going to be the offers that Avon still thinks. How about Love at First Lash? That would be a good one to show as you're going about your day. So it doesn't have to be Skin So Soft, but have a product, take it around, show it to people, or text it to 20 people or 30 people, and you'd be surprised at what you might get. So that's a great way to get started, okay? So spread the word. You know, it's really important that everyone knows that you sell Avon. Customers aren't going to just come to you. They're not going to just go, I wonder if Lynn happens to be selling Avon. Maybe I'll give her a call and ask her. It doesn't work that way. If they don't know that you're selling, they're not ever going to be there. They're not going to come. They're not going to ask you. So give out brochures to everyone you know, your friends, family, coworkers, members of your church, your gym, your grocery store, anywhere else that you frequent. Ask businesses if you can leave brochures in the break room or in the front lobby. Nail salons, hair salons, those are great places to leave brochures. You know, oil change places where you go to get your tires rotated or your oil change. Those are great places because people are in the waiting room waiting for their car. And if they pick up an Avon brochure, you might just pick up a new customer. Utilize social media. Let everyone know that you're now selling Avon and post about the Daily Care Collection and other products that you love. Don't go crazy, though. I mean, just an announcement in the beginning. Try to keep your social media pages like 80% personal and only 20% business. We don't want to shout. We don't want to blast it out to everyone. Because pretty soon they'll just start ignoring you, and you don't want that either. So that's just 1 out of every 5 posts should be Avon, and the rest should be personal. And the posts that do the best are those that give your personal experience with the products and the business. So consider setting up an open house or a grand opening party to get you off to a great start. Obviously, you're not required to do a party by any means, but it's really helpful to get off to a great start. Then in your first 7 campaigns, we have our Kickstart program. So this is just going to take you to another page on my blog, which explains the Kickstart program. And this is a video that explains it. I'm sorry, I thought I had it there in more detail. So let's look at the flyer. So if we look at the flyer, you're going to earn 40% on your first order, no matter how big it is. And then if you increase your order by $50 each campaign, if you start your second campaign with $150, you're going to earn 40%. And then your third, if your order is $200, you'll earn 40%. And it goes up at $50 every campaign. This is 40% on everything. This is what None of us other reps get this, no matter how high we're selling, because there's items in the brochure such as bras and clothing and shoes that nobody gets 40% on, but you as a new representative in the Kickstart program do. So that's really amazing. And it kind of gives you an idea. Second campaign, 5 or 6 customer orders would get you up to $150, and then you'd make $60. If you had a $200 order, it'd be 6 to 8 customers. Okay, so it kind of walks you through that here. And if you miss one campaign, that's okay. On the next campaign, you would just have to increase your order that $50 more, and you could still qualify for that. Also, as a new recruit in your Kickstart program, which is your first 7 campaigns, you earn $50 for every qualified new recruit that you bring in. A qualified recruit is someone who places $150 first or second order and pays for it. So we, as representatives who have been around a while, get $20. As a new person in your Kickstart program, you get $50. How exciting is that? So for every single person you bring in during that 7 campaigns, you earn $50. And then when you hit all of your Kickstart goals, so if you achieve these 6 sales goals through your 7 campaigns and you get 3 qualified recruits, you'll get an extra $200, which means you'll make $1,000 in your first 90 days. Now, I have a couple of people on my team who have gotten a lot more than 3 recruits, 5 recruits. I've had one that got 10 recruits. That's $500 bonus just for those 10 recruits. So don't limit yourself and keep growing. You want to get into the habit. I mean, I'm talking about career income here, right? I'm talking about how can we help you make the most money and be able to someday quit your job or go travel or do the things that you want to do. And so what I'm telling you to do here is absolutely not required. It's just what's going to help you to make that kind of money. So to get started, though, it's a really good idea if you could get into the habit or get momentum going to where you're signing up a new representative every week. That is going to really help you. So let me see. Okay, so let's go down a little bit more. Whoops. So if you're signing up a new person in your team every week and you keep going and you keep going and you keep increasing your sales and you get your sales up to $400 and $500 and $600, $700 a campaign, you're going to start making some money. That's when you're really going to start making money. And if you work it right, in about 6 months, that's where the real money begins. So your goal at 6 months is to achieve the title of bronze leader. And that's where the money gets really fun and where your business is kicking into high gear. Everything increases exponentially from here. So if we look at this comp plan, this is our comp plan for Avon. This is leadership. So when you get your very first recruit, you're a promoter. Hi, Ashley, just saw you come on. Hi. Anyway, as a promoter, this is your first recruit. And so you're going to, you personally have to have a $50 order. If you have one person do it, place an order, you get $20. Now, if you're in that Kickstart program, you get $50 instead of the $20. But now you earn, for as long as that person stays in Avon and as long as you are, you're going to earn 3% of everything they sell. That's just from your first recruit. So then if you get your second recruit and you become star promoter, you personally have to do $50 in sales. You have 2 people placing an order now. You're going to get $20 or $50 if you're still in the Kickstart program. You're still going to get that 3% sponsoring bonus. In fact, you get that all the way down. See that? So everybody you bring in, for as long as they stay with Avon, you're going to earn 3% of everything that they sell. But now you're going to get a second 3%. So you're going to earn almost 6% there. So 3% plus 3%. So you're going to earn 6% off of those 2 people. And then you keep growing and you now have 3 people. And from this point on in leadership, you have to maintain $200 orders. So from this point all the way on, all the way to the top, you don't really have to increase your sales unless you want to. I suggest you do because your sales is your today money. It's your immediate money. You sell something, you make 40% or you make whatever you make, and you get it right now. Your leadership money takes time to grow. Okay, but once you get this level where you have 3 people on your team, your total team, including you and those 3, are selling $1,000. You're still going to get your qualified recruit bonus if you're still, 20 or 50. You're going to get $500 for promoting to this level. It's paid out over 4 campaigns. And then you're going to earn 3% off everybody in your first generation and 3% on everybody in your second generation if you have anybody 2 levels down. Meaning, if I signed up Richard, he would be in my first generation. And if Richard signed up his daughter would be in his first generation, but she would be in my second generation. Does that make sense? So then, so now you're starting to earn more. Then you keep going and you sign up 6 people who are placing orders. You maintain your $200. Your total team sales has to be $2,000, and then you become a silver ambassador. You're going to get a $750 bonus for promoting to that level, paid over 4 campaigns. Now you're going to get 4% of what everything your first generation does, and 3% of everything your second generation does. You keep going, and you get to gold ambassador. $4,000 in total team sales, 9 people placing an order. You still get your recruiting bonus and your 3%. Now you get $1,000. So can you imagine if you did this in your first 7 campaigns, you would get 500 plus 750 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 from the Kickstart flyer. That's a lot of money, right? Plus you'd be earning, if you were at this level, you'd be earning 5% off everybody you brought in, 3% on your second generation, and 2% on your third generation. So then the next level is bronze leader. That's the goal that you want to get to in 6 months. Obviously, some people will do it a lot faster. Some people will take a lot longer. It doesn't matter. It's just a good goal to reach for in 6 months because this is where it really gets fun. So at this point, you have to have 10 people on your team placing orders, $8,000 in unit sales, and you're going to get $1,500 for promoting that level. Now you're going to make 6.5% on your first generation. That's plus the 3% you already got because you sponsored them that you're going to get forever. Plus 6.5% plus 3, 2% on your third generation, 1% on your fourth. From here, we're not going to go into it more, but from here, it exponentially grows because now you have people on your team who are also building their business. Now you have people that are helping you build because they're building their business, and that's giving you more of these orders. It's giving you more chance to promote, and everything is exponential at this level. I mean, it like doubles and triples as you grow. So let me get out of this. Go back to this blog post. So, you know, if you're working it right, if you start recruiting from the beginning, and if you can sign up 1 person a week, you could probably be here well within 6 months. Like I said, some people do it quicker, some people do it slower. And just to give you an idea, I heard this at RepFest, that bronze leader title, the average earnings at that title, this is just your leadership earnings, is $10,000 a year. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's like almost $1,000 a month, and it could probably make a big difference in somebody's life. That's also on top of your personal sales. And like I said, as you grow from there, that number gets dramatically bigger and bigger and bigger. So just keep that in mind. So let's make a plan to get you to the requirements of bronze leader. So we have a spreadsheet here, and the truth is, if you're not in leadership anymore, this is not going to do you any good, okay? So this is just something to put in the back of your head so that when you get into leadership, you can use it. But basically, we need to figure out, to get to this level, we need to figure out your total unit sales right now, what your average order is, and what your team activity is. So what that means is if you're personally, well, let's look at this. Let me see if it'll go bigger. Okay. So let's just say this is one of my team members, and this is the most recently closed campaign. He wants to get to bronze leader, so he needs $8,000 in sales. Well, right now they're at $1,291 in sales, so they need $6,000. This is a fairly new rep, okay? They really haven't gone that far yet. So they need $6,709. The numbers that are in yellow are formulas, so you don't want to even touch those, and you can just put the numbers in on the white ones. So now you need to know what's your team's, hi Tracy, just saying hi, what's your team's average order? So when you go into Vibe, and like I said, if you're not in leadership, this isn't going to help you yet, but when you go into Vibe, it tells you what your average order is. If you have, 50 people placing an order, well, you have however many people placed this $1,291, what was the average order per rep? So that's what this is. And so it's telling you then, based on that, you need 52 additional orders to get to bronze leader. So if you need 52 orders, you also need to know what's your activity. Because if you have 100 people on your team, and only 45 of them are placing an order, then your activity is only going to be 45%. And you can't count on that whole 100 to get you there, right? So Avon Vibe also tells you what your activity is. And so you can plug that number in here. And so you know that you're going to need 52 plus an additional 23 orders to get you to that $8,000 in sales. So you're going to need a total of 75 new team members. I know that sounds like a lot, but keep in mind, this is a person who's just starting leadership, and they have a ways to go, and they're working to get there. I have a spreadsheet right here you can click on to download, and let's play with this spreadsheet a little bit just to give you some ideas. So let's look at, okay, so I have a girl on my team who is a gold ambassador right now. If you remember, gold ambassador is about $4,000 in sales, and it's the next level. The next level after gold ambassador is bronze leader. So let's say she's about, okay, so her total unit sales is 3,722. So if we take this, then we know she needs an additional 4,278, and that's per campaign, okay? So her average order is really good. It's 141.28. Well, I mean, it's okay. It's an average order. So she's going to need 30 additional orders, and her activity is really good. That's what I meant to say. Her activity is 72%. Just an FYI, depending on where you're at in leadership, you want to aim for at least a 60% team activity. And as you grow, that number will get better because you'll get better qualified people on your team, and you will have mentored them, hopefully. But so this person's doing a really great job as far as her activity. You're never going to get 100%. So she's going to need 30 orders plus 72%. I mean, her activity is 72%, so she's going to need 22 additional orders. What that means is she's going to need 52 team members to get her to $8,000 in sales to get her to bronze leader. Now, she's not going to have to do this all by herself because she's bringing in team members, and those team members are also building their business, and those team members bring in team members that all count towards this 52. So I hope that makes sense. So you can pull up this spreadsheet, just plug in the 3 numbers that are in white, and you can get those from your Vibe reports. They're pretty easy to get. That and you know, you can literally, like, whatever it is. So let's say you're at 2,500. Let's say your average order is $175, and your activity is 60%. Okay, then you know that you need 50 team members to get to bronze leader, and that number is going to change every time, every campaign. That number is going to change because your activity is going to be higher this campaign, maybe lower the next. Your unit sales are going to be higher this campaign, lower the next. One really good thing is we're going into fourth quarter, which is the biggest sales. It's like 40% of our entire year's sales is done in fourth quarter, and so these numbers are going to dramatically increase. So this is something you're going to want to save this to your computer, and you're going to want to check it often so that you know where you stand. So, so like I said, so we just went through all of this. And so now that you know this, you can quickly determine what you need in order to get to that next promotion. So if you bring in 1 new team member every week, it would take you 75 weeks. That's based on this number here, and that's based on you only doing the work yourself. Like I said, you're not going to be bringing in 75 new people. You're going to have hopefully 4 or 5 or 6 people on your team who are also going to be bringing in people. Not everybody wants leadership. It's a small percentage. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the percentage is. Maybe 10 or 15% of your team will do leadership. But if you have 5 or 6 people on your team also building their teams, that's going to help you grow actually even quicker. And so, but now that you know this, then you know what you need to do. And so, like I said here, keep in mind that as you and your team grow and you get better at your business, those numbers are actually going to shrink because your average order will go up and your activity may increase. And the earlier you start in recruiting your business, the perfect spot you'll be in 6 months. So the more you mentor your team members, the more quickly you're going to achieve your goals. And really important, don't let these numbers scare you. You'll want to monitor them, and you'll want to do this exercise frequently, at least I would say monthly if you're really working towards a goal. And that way you can make any course corrections, and you can, more quickly achieve your goal of reaching bronze leader. So now that you've achieved bronze leader, I can't even talk anymore, the fun actually gets started. So as I said, your income exponentially increases. It's not like a little bit of an increase. It's like the higher you get that snowball rolling, and you get your team growing, and you get your sales going, and the snowball's rolling, and you're pushing it up to bronze leader. You're pushing it up the hill. Even at bronze leader, you might still be pushing it, but it's starting to get easier, a little bit. But you keep pushing that snowball, and you get up to the top of the hill, and then all of a sudden that snowball takes off and just rolls away from you, and you couldn't stop it even if you wanted to. That's how leadership is. That's why so many people are making so much money when they're at the top levels of leadership, because their team is just going nuts. Lisa Wilbur, I posted today, I had, I don't remember the exact numbers. I wasn't actually planning on saying this, but I posted today, I think my team brought in 39 new people since the Share the Love started. Don't quote me on that. It was 30 something. I think it was 39. But that's really exciting, because in less than a month, we've brought in 39 new team members onto our team. Can you see how that helps get these numbers up higher quicker? We already have 39 out of those 75. I don't need 75, but it just helps you get those numbers up quicker. Those aren't all my appointments. I have quite a few people on my team who have been signing up new representatives with that $10 sign up. That's pretty cool. Lisa Wilbur, I don't remember what she posted, but I think she said 1,700 new. 1,200 new members. 1,200 new members just since this started. That's in a month. 1,200 new members on her team, because she's at the top level of leadership, and her snowball is going way faster than mine. So the numbers, like I said, they're exponential. They're not just a little bit higher. They're exponential. I mean, can you imagine bringing 1,200 new people onto your team every month? That's crazy. But that's where the big money is. So, so then now that you've reached bronze leader, then the fun really starts. And like I said, your income is exponential after this point. And if you really want to make good money, if you want to replace your income, or if you want to be able to stay at home with your children and not have to work, or you want to be able to take that amazing vacation every year, whatever it is that you want out of your business, then you want to take advantage of every opportunity that Avon provides you. And so the average millionaire has 7 income streams. Did you know that? Actually, all of this came from RepFest, so I didn't make this up. This was all on the stage, and they taught it to us. But the average millionaire has 7 income streams. That's how they become millionaires. They don't have all of their money in one bucket. They have money coming in from all over the place. Well, the top earners with Avon do the same thing. They take advantage of every opportunity. And what a coincidence. Avon also offers 7 income opportunities. You get commission from your personal sales. You get qualified new recruits. You get a sponsoring bonus. That's that $20 or $50 sponsoring bonus. You get promotion bonus when you promote to the next rank. You get mentor bonuses as you grow up in the pay plan. There's actual bonuses for you being at that level. That's a mentor bonus. You get generation bonuses. That's the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th levels of your team. And you get a leadership bonus. So take advantage of all of them so that you can make that career income with Avon. And then keep working and growing your business, and you'll get there. So let me stop sharing my screen. Okay, so now it's just us. So thank you guys all for being here. What questions do you have? What can I help you understand? What? Okay, so I mean, does anybody have any questions? Was I that good at explaining it?
Did a good job. Yeah, I just want to say, a lot of you may be afraid of it, but when Lynn and I started building our Avon business, we didn't quit our jobs. We did this as a side thing as we were still working our jobs. She was working 70 hours a week. I was working 60 hours a week in our jobs. We were working a lot of hours, but we saw the potential. So in our free time, and everybody has free time, there's time when you're just sitting there vegging in front of the TV or whatever it is, whatever it may be, you can find little snippets of time, an hour, 2 hours a week or whatever, to help grow your business while you're still working and earning your other money. And so, like she said, when you when you get to the point where you're earning money, you're earning this on top of your other income, and that's different. When $500 a week may not be much if you're working at a job, but if you make $500 in addition to your normal paycheck, that's huge. That can buy you a vacation. That can buy braces for the kids, college, all that kind of stuff. And the other thing is you want to try to take off fast. You want to be like an airplane. An airplane, if it taxis down the runway for 20 miles, you never get in the air. So it gives a brilliant burst of speed, zoom, and off it goes. It gets up into the air, and then it levels out and it flies at a fast speed. But it gets up there and it gets the momentum going. And that's what you want to do with your business. And it may be hard in the beginning. You may not have the time. You don't have the knowledge. You don't quite have the belief of the company and everything yet. But you'll get there. Keep doing it. All of us were in the same boat. We weren't experts when we started. We just went out there and we made more mistakes than anybody else. And we've made plenty.
That's so true. That's so true. Because the people that are the most successful, I know that sometimes people have in the past looked at us and said, oh, it's easy for them. It's just easy for them. You know what? It isn't. It isn't any easier for us than it is for you. And we all have challenges. Like Richard said, we were both working. We lived in California. We lived in Ventura. I was working in Goleta, and it was an hour and a half drive each way to work. And I was working 70 hours a week. So I literally would an hour and a half to get to work, an hour and a half to get home, and a good 10 hours at work. And we didn't have any free time. I started with doing it on my lunch break, but then I decided I needed to sleep on my lunch break because I was starting to fall asleep driving, which was pretty scary because I drive along the ocean, and it wasn't like I wasn't moving very much because I was in stop and go traffic, and I was falling asleep, and that really scared me. So I started taking naps on my lunch break at work, but I would use my time in my car to either listen to motivational stuff, listen to training, or make phone calls. And then we teach the power of 3, talk to 3 or 5 people every single day. We couldn't do that back then because literally we weren't home until 10 or 11 at night. And so we worked our business on Sundays. I mean, seriously, we talked to 500 people on Sundays. We went out and just really poured into it. And so, hey, Tracy, thank you. I want to put this out here. Tracy says, thank you so much. I'm hoping in 2 more years to quit working the factory. You can do this. Seriously, you can do this in 2 years. If you work on getting at least minimum 1 recruit a week. And if you don't make it, that's okay. Next week, aim for 2. Keep building your business. Your sales alone, I mean, if you can get your sales up to, $50,000 a year times, let's just say 40%, you'd be making $20,000 a year just off of your sales. And then you get another $10,000 from reaching, on average, from reaching bronze leader. And then you grow up to bigger. I mean, Lisa Wilbur makes like $500,000 or $600,000 a year. Can you live off of that? I could. So Tracy, thank you. She signed up 12 so far. So awesome Tracy. That's great.
The best advice I've heard so far is from Rick and Tina Winrow. They're new on our teams last year, and they earned the cruise to Bermuda for 2. But the thing that Tina does that's amazing that most people don't do is when you offer somebody an Avon catalog, usually you just want them as a customer. You just say, would you like an Avon catalog? She always throws in a little line afterwards. She says, are you interested in earning extra money? You can earn extra money with Avon. Most people don't offer the job, the earning money part of it. They just say, would you like an Avon brochure? Would you like to buy product? You can use the tagline that how would you like to have your Avon paid for? And you can do that simply by getting a large customer base or by getting a team. If you like Avon, you can get it paid for yourself.
And Rick and Tina is another great example of how it's not easy for all of us. Mm-hmm. They've been in many other businesses. They never made any money with them. With this, Avon is the first time they made money. They completely blew out of the water the Kickstart program and made way more than $1,000 in their first 90 days. They also earned the cruise for 2 in their first 6 months in the company, I mean, the cruise incentive was already started before they even joined. And they were recognized on the cruise ship as being one of the top 4 in the country who earned it the quickest based on their being brand new. But you know what? It wasn't easy for Rick and Tina. Let me tell you, most of you don't even know this. Rick's dad died in the middle of the promotion. And you know what? That knocked both of them on their butt. I mean, they were devastated, and Rick didn't feel like he could go on anymore. And that's huge. I mean, that's an obstacle, right? That's huge. And life gets you down. But when Rick was down, they were down for a couple of weeks. They couldn't do anything for a couple of weeks. And then Rick one day said, my dad would not want me to do this. He would want to see me on this cruise. So I'm going to do this in my dad's honor, and I'm going to earn this cruise. And he got himself back up. And yes, we helped him. He needed a little bit of help in the beginning because he was, had been going through that. But he did it. He made it happen. So we all have problems. We all have challenges. And it's different for everybody, but we all have them. So looks like Ashley said, I'd love to make this my full-time business. Ashley, I would love for you to have this as your full-time business. And I think that you're well on your way, actually, because I've been watching you, and you're doing great with your Facebook posts. You're doing great with your energy. Everything that you're doing is wonderful, and I'm excited to be working with you. So awesome. Does anybody else have any other questions or anything that we got to touch on?
Hey, one other quick thing. We were out this weekend, and we had a benefit we were doing, and we were promoting Avon out there. And I was selling Skin So Soft to people because people would come up and ask because it's so well known. And one other thing, it's not only good for people, but it's also good for pets. And people have more pets than they do kids. and it's huge. People, many people use the Skin So Soft on their dogs and on their horses if they have horses. And it's great because it helps keep the flies and the mosquitoes off them. It has a scent. It's not guaranteed to keep bugs off, but it has a scent that the insects don't like. And so it works great. It makes the animals smell good, and it helps keep the bugs off them. So that's another way you could sell that $19.99 bundle in the beginning.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point because it's safe to use on animals and it won't hurt them, but it does help them keep the bugs off of them. And I use it in the shower every morning. I spray it on my whole body before I get out of the shower and rub it in. And I don't even have any problems with mosquito bites just from the Skin So Soft bath oil.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Keeps me from bugging her too.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I guess that we'll probably call it for tonight. Be sure to go on Online Beauty Biz, and every single day I post those text and share posts. And you don't have to do them all, but some of them may speak to you. Some of them you might find that will be really helpful for you. And thank you to Renee Hobley because she provides those every day, and she does such an amazing job. And so then I share them with you. And anybody who's watching this video later, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching this. And we will be back next Sunday at 6 p.m., the 19th, at the same time. So 6 p.m. in Utah, but Ashley, I think you're Eastern time, if I remember right.
8 o'clock, yeah.
So it'll be 8 o'clock Eastern. But anyway, we'll see you then. And want to thank you all for being here. So have a wonderful week. And let's go out there and explode our Avon business.